Rolling.
Yeah.
We're rolling!
We were so lively, and then Horacio had to come and ruin the mood by telling everybody to shut up.
Definition of rating on someone's parade.
That man right there. But you know what? As far as like bodies go, Stalin, way worse than Hitler.
Are we comparing?
I mean, Hitler's not a good dude by any stretch of the imagination, but I mean, like, if we're going strictly body count, Stalin, whoo, way worse.
I mean, Hitler at least seemed to care for the Germans.
At least the Germans he liked.
But Stalin was really just like, let's kill everyone. Let's have everyone die.
Yeah, starved like 20 million people.
And he didn't get it that bad, right? He died of like a heart attack.
Yeah, died of like a heart attack listening to classical music. His body is still like out in public. People still love him. College kids these days are like, communism's the best. But you got a hard on for Stalin, man. Dictators, murders. That's the way it goes. Yo, what up? It's your boy, Matt McCormick here on the set of The Quick Take with young Keanu himself. Whoa. We're here to talk about Overlord.
Sadly.
I thought this was a J.J. Abrams movie going into it, and I'm sure a lot of you all out there in internet land are thinking the same.
It's called marketing. They're trying to trick you to see the movie because there's a name attached to it that you know.
And we got tricked into seeing a movie 2 days before it comes out, which means one thing only. We got a lot to talk about this one. So should we just jump right into it? Just jump right into it. The plot synopsis from IMDb.
Jump right out of our plane into...
The plot synopsis for the film Overlord. Oh, wait, hold on. Horacio is shaking his head to me no, which means we have to follow standard tradition and do a theme song. Welcome back to The Take. As we said in the intro, we're reviewing this piece of garbage Overlord. Here is the plot synopsis from IMDb. The story of two American soldiers behind enemy lines on D-Day. And I cannot think of a more egregious and offensive byline to our veterans and the people that actually served at Normandy Beach.
Why is that?
Well, this movie, let's just start from the get-go, got several things wrong.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be doing a World War II movie, especially a revisionist history World War II movie, you should at least be accurate. I'm not saying like things like Inglourious Bastards is obviously not the most accurate. They did things accurately.
Yeah.
The 101st, the people that dropped into France, the first people, they went in at nighttime, in the dead of night. Not with the sunset behind them, not with the fleet on the ocean. They went by completely by themselves, not to take out communications towers, not to do any of the things that they said this whole mission was to do. Blow up some bridges, and shoot some Nazis.
Just watch Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers.
They'll tell you what
happened.
happened.
They will tell you all about it. For me, the movie didn't recover from that at all. From there on, I was just like, oh, this sucks.
And see, here's the thing. You've got a weird premise. This movie is sold, it's a Nazi zombie, movie in World War II. Great premise. Horror movie, World War II. That makes perfect sense. That can totally work.
It's been done before.
But it does not go through with it. The Nazi zombie part of the movie is like it's like the last part of the last act. They do not really focus on it. Like if you want to see people being experimented on, crazy Nazi doctors, over the top violence, it's not,
the same
that's not
kind
this
of
movie.
B-movie schlock that we've been seeing with the Nazis forever.
Yeah.
It does nothing new to add to the whole lore of crazy Nazi deep science. It literally is just like, well, this was on one of those direct-to-DVD compilation videos.
And that's what it felt like. It felt really cheap after that. The opening scene, as inaccurate as it is, I thought it was well done in terms of like tone setting, if that was the tone they were going for. It was very haphazard. You couldn't tell what was happening. It was very loud. It was very violent. And then the rest of the movie, you could tell, oh, they ran out of money. Because then it takes place in some French lady's house and some sewers they found.
And some woods. One interior set, maybe they had like half the building taken up and they just built it all there.
And that's where the movie lost me, was when it was like, they find this French woman who's, you know, rebellious and stuff. It's like, okay, I know how the movie goes now. Like, it's so obvious. That in itself is a trope of World War II movies, and it's like, why are we even getting involved with that when there's zombies, like, in the DNA of this movie? Why don't we just go straight to that?
Well, you gotta have your World War II movie over your zombie movie, I suppose.
Yes.
But even then, it's not even a good World War II movie. The quality of everything felt very Netflix tier to me. Bad Robot, the movie before this was the Cloverfield Paradox. And I saw that and I was like, well, this is weird. Why is this on Netflix and not like in the theater? And I got the exact opposite with this. I was like, why is this in the theater and not on Netflix?
Yeah, right.
The main guy, the corporal, the most lifeless, boring corporal I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He was not a commanding lead. He was just angry.
That was everyone.
Angry.
Like the main character, he's kind of passive and understanding. Generic main character. You've got the Jersey kind of guy with an accent who talks funny, makes jokes. Generic. That's in every World War II movie. And then you've got the one SS officer who also is a generic caricature bad guy.
Yeah, generic German bad guy. Nothing really crazy about him.
Show a picture of Aiden. They didn't have a single original idea with any of this. And even when it comes, like you're saying, when it comes to the zombies, when there is that small area of, you know, crazy Nazi experiment movies, they didn't do anything creative with that either.
No.
Literally, the crazy experiment is there's a serum that can bring you back from the dead and make you unkillable unless you're shot in the head or set on fire.
I didn't understand where they got the serum from. Was it in their bodies? Was it from the ground?
It might have been like French slime that came from the ground that was able to do it, but they don't really. I don't remember them giving a specific explanation.
French
as to
eat
what
everything, man. They would know about this f***ing slime coming out of the ground. They eat snails, man.
It's set up inside of a church in the basement, which has like these catacombs that were already set up because there's like a bunch of tombstones everywhere.
Yeah, what was up with that big hole to nowhere? I don't know.
That's where they got the slime? That's the thing. I don't even know if it is the slime thing because I guess
or
it
is
didn't.
it in their bodies? Is it in their spine? They said like the bodies and fluids of these people. Where did it come from? Like, because they didn't say like, oh, well, then what's different about these people? Why are these people so different than the other people? Was it what they were eating? Then what's in the food? What's in the water? God, there's too many.
JJ, I know this was you who did
too
this.
many f***ing questions.
You wrote this script. I don't care who's credited.
You know what we
you.
need to make the movie about? We need to make the movie about how Adolf Hitler escaped to Argentina and lived out his days and died in South America, an old man on a beach surrounded by beautiful women, and there's actually proof of that. That's not
Don't be led. Don't be a sheep.
Don't be a sheep. Don't be a guy. Look into it. Nazis in Argentina.
Free your mind.
This is a problem for me personally. I like to see swastikas on my Nazis. I like to see it when they die. I like to be like, ha, f***ing Nazi, got it. I didn't see that in this.
Yeah, they don't have that on. Like any of the
no
guys dressed any of that.
Nothing in like the castle. Any officer would be wearing that red band. That's like the symbolic thing.
Right.
If I see a red armband on anybody, whether it's got something else in the middle of it, that's fucking Nazi.
Why the hell is that? Are you not allowed to show that anymore?
I think people may have gotten triggered to the point where you can't show the swastika on legitimate Nazis.
Wow, that is very surprising.
There was a review I read on the way back because I had to log the shit on Letterboxd.
He had to.
Where someone said it was a really good Wolfenstein movie. And like, I get that. I get that because it felt like a live action video game cutscene.
But only in small points of it. Again, the fact that the lab is so underutilized.
There's some cool in that lab.
Yeah, like the lady who's got like her spine, he's just a head and a spine, and like the weird body bag that had someone inside of it. Like all that stuff was really creepy, but then they immediately diffuse any tension because the one friend of the main character is in there being experimented on. You're like, oh God, where is this gonna lead? Nothing.
Should let him die.
Nothing happens.
There's no stakes.
The fact that everyone got out okay, I was not all right with that. At the start of the movie, they have the big plane sequence where a bunch of people die. Then they have him escaping from the water. Then they have him rejoining with everyone. You see their sergeant, who kind of reminded me, it's like if John Malkovich was black. Yeah. That's kind of that's what I thought of when I saw that guy.
Blackovich?
Yeah, John Blackovich gets shot to death. Then the one guy in their platoon who's like the optimist gets blown the hell up. And then when they end up in that village, they're like, yeah, there's like, 10 of them for every one of us. It's like, I genuinely believe they're in a bad situation here, whatever. Well, by the end of the movie, they take on the entire army, the entire encampment.
Two guys, you see one machine gun and a
guy with a sniper because they took him off guard. It's like,
and the sound.
Yeah.
Nothing sounded right. Small machine guns sounded way bigger than the big machine guns, and every explosion just seemed muffled and not crisp. It just seemed like they went into their sound effects library and found gunshot 1, gunshot 2, rifle shot 3, explosion 1, explosion
Yeah, it seemed cheap.
6. And I don't know, if you're gonna do a war movie, do it loud, but make sure, you know, it's a crisp loud.
It's just pointless. They should have cut all of the stuff with the French lady. They should have just focused it in this lab if they were kidnapped in this thing. They witnessed horrible experiments. A premise like this shouldn't be this boring. Like,
No.
How long was this movie?
Surprisingly, it was only like an hour and a half.
No way.
And it felt
seriously
way longer.
I cannot believe that. That is insane.
All right, what are you gonna give this one, Noah?
I don't know. 2 out of 5, probably. As we talked about it, I kind of want to give it less because I hate it more now. As we talked about it, I'll give it 1.5 out of 5. There's nothing to get from this movie. Watch Dead Snow instead.
1.5 what?
Yeah.
Whatever. J.J. Abrams, Severed Head. I'm coming for you.
Wow. I am gonna give this half of a Hitler in a poncho.
Half of a Hitler hiding out in Argentina.
Yeah. Because, you know, it's not even worth a full Hitler.
That is the biggest insult you could
That's
get.
all I gotta say about this movie. Well, everyone, we could end it here. We could keep on talking about Nazis. We could not talk about Nazis. We could talk about Roswell.
Oh, we could talk about some conspiracy
We can go
theories.
deep. We're already
Area
in
51.
Nazi zombie territory. We want to keep going.
Yeah, what
We
other
can keep going.
experiments do you think the U.S. is up to?
Oh man, we're into a whole bunch.
do you think
of
we're
stuff.
past the zombies?
I think we're into the part where I tell them to like and subscribe, follow us on Gmail, blah, 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 blah. And that's about all I got for that conspiracy. But if you really want to talk conspiracies, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio, Hangar 18.
Yeah.
So they took the bodies.
Of Roswell?
Yeah. Yeah. Not to Area 51, that's where they took the wreckage, but they took the bodies to Wright-Patterson. Half the reason Marilyn Monroe died, she said that she was gonna build, this is legit. She said that because she was banging both the Kennedys. This is
Not
true.
the aliens?
No, but the Kennedys told her about the aliens.
Oh, and that's why they killed him.
That part of the reason.
So you're saying that's going to be the sequel to this movie, right? The cover-up of the aliens during the Cold War. They can be historically inaccurate with that.
Oh, I hope this movie tanks and that Julius Avery never works again. But, you know, that's up to me.
One step at a time, in the blink of an eye. I'm learning to live, I'm learning to fly. One step at a time, in the blink of an eye. It could happen in a blink. It could happen in a blink. It could happen in a blink.
Free your mind.